Last night was so funny, ha ha ha.
Welcome back to our podcast, Terms and Conditions May Apply. I'm Mya.
And I'm Janis.
And of course, we're going to get right into it. So, I guess I can start if you want. I mean,
yeah.
Okay, so this episode 1, our official first real episode, entitled, Here's the Tea. So you guys know it's going to be a juicy one. So today we're going to cover relationships, dating, maybe even a little friendships, but mostly dating, just because we're two single girlies in their mid-20s. So we're going to learn a lot of stuff today about each other. Well, I mean, we already know, but I mean, like, we're going to learn a lot of stuff about each other. Rightfully so. So I think let's start with, like, our relationship statuses. I kind of already dropped the bomb there, but, like, we should start with it. You go first, because I've been yapping already.
Okay, well, I was like, I've been single for how many years now? 3 or 4? 3? What year?
I don't know the timeline, sister. Yes, 2024.
I broke up with him in 2021. Okay, yeah. For like 3 years now. So, well, that's my relationship status.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's not much to tell, I guess, because, yeah, me too. I've been single for a few months.
I was going to say maybe like 3 months. I'm just going to maybe even less.
Okay, well, anyway, I've been single for a few months. Got out of a 5, almost 6 year long, relationship. So, yeah, I broke up with him early March. It is now May, so here we are. We're both single girlies. This is the first time Janis and I have been single at the same time in our friendship. Kind of wild. So you guys know this summer is about to be... I mean, just being single doesn't make it a fun summer. We have fun summers regardless.
Yeah.
But it's just going to be a little more fun, a little more going out, a lot more spending time together, because neither of us are, like, busy with other people. So that's what's going on. Now we have to... Well, I mean, we kind of talked about our dating history, but I guess we could, like...
You talked a little more about it, actually.
Okay, you go first then, because I feel like your dating history is pretty interesting. I feel like mine's pretty interesting too, but, like...
My dating history is not interesting at all.
I beg to differ.
Okay. I have one of my little middle school relationships, of course. Not really a relationship,
but
it is what it is.
Him. Like, I mean, like, loved him and you. So cute. So, because you guys are so babies. Like, looking back at it now.
Yeah.
So cute.
And then after that, I dated another guy. And we dated for, like, about a year, actually. But that's besides the point. We're not going to talk about that guy.
And then not me trying to think about who you're talking about.
Anyways. And then after that, I got another boyfriend when I was in high school. And we dated for about 5, almost 6 years. And then I decided that's not what I wanted. And yeah, and then I've been 3 years single now.
Yeah.
That's awful.
I don't think that's that bad. I realized who she's talking about, the 1 year guy, and that's a summer in 2015 when we actually, like, really spent time together for the first time. That's when we, like, the three of us and our other best friend that we mentioned last episode, that's when the three of us really started to become a group.
Yeah.
And that boyfriend, I mean, oh my God, I'm not trying to hate on anybody, but I hated him. And I think he hated me too, to be honest, which is fine. But again, you and I weren't super close.
Think he hated you.
I hated him.
He was like, he'd always be like, Miha.
Not the nickname. I hated that. That's somewhere I was like, everybody can get out of my face. I was so nice back then. I was so like, oh, the world is a beautiful place. And now I'm so, like, I would have fought him now if that happened.
Probably.
Yeah, but you know what? We live and we learn. She learned a lot.
Oh, yeah. Tons.
Which actually brings us... What did you learn from your dating history, Janis?
I think... No, I'm joking.
Oh,
I'm
no.
joking. Some men are good. Some men are
Some. Not. She said not all men.
good. Not all men. What I learned was like to not be so like not like over attached. Because in the beginning I was like very like, what are you doing? Like where are you going? Not that like I needed to know any of that, but like when they didn't want to spend time with me, I was like kind of upset because I was so attached. Whereas like just giving someone their space and then being able to like do your own thing while they do their own thing as well, I find is a big thing because you shouldn't have to be together every moment of every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's actually such a hard one for like young people, especially young girls to learn.
Yeah, because like when I was in grade 12, he was out of the school and we were still dating at that point. And I noticed a big difference there because I didn't see him every day at school. I didn't like, know what he was doing every day or like what class he was in, you know what I mean? So like obviously we texted here and there and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like I learned a lot through that year because we were apart a lot more. Like, I mean, him going to like university and stuff, like watching him mature, like in that sense, like
Yeah.
also made me mature in the relationship.
So true.
So that's when like things started to actually get really good. And yeah, so I would say don't get over attached. Like give each other your space and like always appreciate your own time. Anyways, that was a lot of yapping.
No, I feel like that's super valid. And again, because like you guys got into your relationship when you were so young.
Yeah.
And like it's so true. I feel like when we're young, especially like in high school, because you're seeing those people every day, like it's so hard not to be over attached.
Yeah.
And like it's also hard to like just it's hard not to want to spend every second with them. I feel like that's a lesson that like a lot of people have to learn. It's like how to like I wouldn't say like be over I mean, yes, being over attached obviously, but I feel like also just like learning to like enjoy like your time alone. Like your quality honestly, time with yourself.
Yeah, since being single, I like appreciate my time and being like on my own so much more because I feel like I can just do so much more. Like I could go out whenever I want, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just want to stay home tonight.
I think that's like something that I'm learning now, like after like being recently single, like wow, I can do whatever I want with my time and not have to constantly like and this is no shade to like my most recent ex, but just like not having to check in. I mean, like it's nice to have someone who cares where you are and someone to worry about like if you're okay when you're not home or like when you're out. And I really appreciated that about him, but I feel like also it's just like such a weight off my shoulders to be able to like go places and not like worry about if I was worrying him. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and like for me as well, like when I first started in like my high school relationship, like I was always worried about like what he was doing, where he was going, all that kind of stuff. So like I was like on that end. You know what I mean?
It's like opposites. Yeah.
So but obviously like you were older. Like
oh yeah, we got together when I was already out of high school.
Yeah. So that like so obviously it's a little bit different then, I think. You know what I mean?
And it's
and it was like always like worrying about like when you're gonna be home because it's like, well, when you're home then I can finally talk to you because you're out with these people, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's giving so vague though. But
I know. I think about myself in certain situations and like pathetic. Like with what's it called? We need nicknames for people so we can talk about them on the podcast because with when I was staying here that summer, the guy yeah, pathetic. Literally pathetic. I was so down bad and it was like my actions and like the way I like was again down bad and like obsessed with like it was so bad. It was so bad. It was like you with that one guy last year. but worse. Janice, it was worse. Anyway.
I don't know. Mine was pretty bad.
Yours was pretty bad, but when I tell we're not going to talk about the things I did. I'll tell Janice separately, not on the podcast.
I feel like the only difference was that, like, it was a lot. I think yours lasted a lot longer than mine. I think that was the difference.
And I think it was the fact that, like, when I wasn't in a relationship, I always went back to him.
Icky.
Not this time, though.
Well, My man, I can't go back to.
Well,
He didn't want me.
We don't talk about.
He
We don't
didn't
talk.
want me.
We'll talk about him in the dating fails.
Anyways.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about my dating history now.
Okay, go off.
I have to think about it. I don't think I really had like any, like I had a lot of like I never had like an elementary middle school relationship like ever. But once I got to high school, I'm not going to talk about like the little baby relationships because I don't care about those. No offense to those people. But like my first, I'd say serious relationship was when I was in grade 10. He was in grade 11, and it only lasted for like a little less than a year. But like I think of him as my first serious one because like he met my family.
Oh, okay.
That's why I think of him like that. Yeah. I didn't really learn much from that. Like, I'm not in no hate or anything, just like, I can't remember much of that relationship, to be honest. And then after that, when I was in grade 12, I had another relationship that was just under a month with this guy. I feel like I learned a lot. No, under a year.
You said under a month.
Oops. Oh my god, no, under a year. And again, we were together for a little bit under a year. I don't know, I brought him to prom.
Oh yeah.
Like he was a pretty nice guy. Like it was just like giving like not a match. Like we were very different. I think what I learned in that one was like to be myself so that I actually like end up with someone that like is like me.
Fair. Yeah.
Because I feel like there were certain parts of us that were like similar, and there were certain parts like I could like be goofy around him and stuff, which I liked, but we just had different like lifestyles. And like my parents were really strict when I was in high school, and his parents like would let him go out whenever and do whatever, and like I just did not have that luxury, to be honest. So I think he would get frustrated that like I couldn't go see him whenever he wanted. But like also I just feel like in that relationship, I feel like that really taught me to like just be myself, because like I feel like he made me feel self-conscious, and not on purpose. Like he wasn't a bad guy or anything, but he just made me feel self-conscious because I think maybe I made myself feel self-conscious because I couldn't be my 100% self around him. Sure. And I feel because I did that, and because I was self-conscious in my own right, like in my own head, I feel that he thought like he didn't see me for who I was. And I think I am so much better of a person than he saw me as. And it wasn't his fault. It was my fault because of my insecurities. Okay. And then my most recent relationship, yeah, we were together for a long time. I don't know. I have a lot of love for him still. Like, I really care about him, but it just didn't work out. And I think it was just that we weren't meant to be. But I just feel as though I could have been more open with what my boundaries were and what my expectations were. So I think moving forward, like if I were to get into a relationship with someone new in the future, I think I'd have to be a lot more open about like things that, like if they do something that bothers me, like telling them right away instead of letting it fester. Because I think at the end of the relationship, he was doing things that bothered me at the beginning of our relationship 5 years ago. And I was getting he hasn't changed. But I didn't tell him that it bothered me in the first place. So,
fair.
You know what I mean? So I think learning about like communication, especially in the early stages of a relationship, I know it's hard and you're like in the honeymoon phase and like you don't want to ruin the vibe that you have going. But I think it's really important. Like if it's a boundary for you, or if it's something that really bothers you, I think it's so important to say that.
For sure.
Because, and again, like I said, like this guy, I loved him so much. Let's be so real. I loved him so much, but it just didn't work out. And I still have love for him. I still care for him. I want him to be happy. It just didn't work out. And I think what we learned too is like what I learned too is
I wasn't in the relationship.
Yeah. Is that you can have so much love for someone, but that doesn't mean that they're the person for you.
I was gonna say it doesn't always mean
that doesn't always mean that they're the person meant for you. I think that he's just someone who's like a very important chapter in my life, and that's what it was. And again, I still care about him a lot. But yeah, I think I learned a lot from the first relationship. Like not much. I was 16. So, but the last two relationships, like I feel like I learned a lot. But I even learned a lot about myself.
Fair enough.
And even now, like being out of the relationship for only 2 months, I've learned so much about myself in the last.
I feel like also sometimes you just grow out of people.
That too. I feel like I grew a lot in the last 5 years.
I feel like that's like the biggest thing that happened to me in like my long-term relationship, because like I was changing as a person and I felt like while I was with this person, I was who I was back in high school. And like, but when I was with other people, I was like a different person. And I couldn't be the person I wanted to be with him because he brought out like the person I was before.
And it was like that comfortableness of being who you were before.
Not even just that, like it was comfortable because like we were together for so long.
Yeah. Actually, no. Anyway, moving on. But yeah, I think talking about like who we are now and learning about ourselves is kind of a good transition into our red flags.
Okay, so next we're going to talk about like red flags we have for men. And then our own red flags.
And wait, red flags and icks.
Oh, yes.
And we're probably going to get, someone's going to be mad at us for some of these probably, but
something's up.
It is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, go first.
Okay.
I have to use my brain right now. I have to think.
Okay. A red flag of mine.
Like your red flag?
Yeah, which we talked about on the last episode was my communication and my fight or flight.
Yeah. It's getting ghosted.
No,
you say one thing to her, ghosted.
Like if I'm like really not feeling it and I'm like scared, flight immediately.
She said just you'll never see her again.
That and like I like find it hard to communicate how I feel sometimes. Which like sometimes better. I'm really good at it and then sometimes I'm really bad at it.
I feel like you're getting better with me at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It starts somewhere. You know? Okay, but a red flag I have like for men, I don't know if this is like I just feel like you should have your license. I just had gum in my mouth and I said you should have your license.
If you don't get that reference, hold on, pause. If you don't get the reference that I just said, leish and leprosy, we can't be friends. You don't even know it, do you?
Is it from a movie?
It's Icy.
I was gonna say, is it Sid the Sloth?
He said leish, leprosy. And oh my god, so gross. I hate
Anyways, like I'm not saying you have to have your own car. I'm not saying any of that. All I'm saying is have your license because be a big boy.
I also I don't have my license. But also, like, even if I did have my license and a guy wanted to take me on a date, but then asked me to pick him up, I mean, like, I could meet you somewhere. But I don't know, like, I don't know if that's just
I feel weird driving the man around.
I
pick them up and let them drive my car.
Go on. I mean, I like
you can drive.
I also just love being a passenger princess. Like I love sitting there looking pretty.
Like I don't want to have to focus on the road. I just want to sit there and enjoy.
Yeah. I like when guys drive me around.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
mine's literally my passenger princess. So.
Janis drives me everywhere. Like, wow.
How many times we're sitting in the car together for like so long too?
This girl drives all the way up to, I live in a different city, and she drives all the way up to the different city to pick me up all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Certified passenger princess over here. But
really and truly. Give me I want like a badge or something.
I'd be like that.
I mean, I'll get my license. I will.
I'm just saying, like, as a guy, like, if you're going to ask a girl out on a date and stuff, like, and then you ask them to pick you up. And it's like, well, you asked me out, and now I have to come pick you up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, like, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal.
Like, it's not that bad, but it's kind of...
It's not a deal breaker.
Yeah,
but it's just it's just, like...
Like, at the end of the day, like, also girls, like, if they want to drive around too, period. But personally, I feel like there's just something that makes me feel so feminine about being, like, picked up. Like I just like they text me like, oh, I'm here, and I'm like coming. I like walk out the door and I know I have a good outfit on. I know my makeup looks good. I did my hair and I walk out the door and I get to walk up to their car. They get to see my whole outfit and then I get in the car and then they're like, you look so cute. Like there's something that makes me feel so feminine. It's just giving feminine energy. It's just giving I can be my girly. I've hidden my girly side for so long. Can you tell me what a red flag? I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little. I like to bully people.
Yeah, I think that's a red flag. Is like you're a little too aggressive,
and like in the mean way, not aggressive like that.
No,
like aggressive,
no,
like
in a mean way. Yeah,
yeah, like I'm a little.
she
it's-
comes off a little angry. No, I'm joking.
Not angry, just a little.
Mean.
I'm very like, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, mean, sarcastic, a little sassy.
Yeah,
My voice felt like it just broke a little bit there. It's a sassy.
sassy.
No, okay.
Sassy.
I think that is a bit of a red flag because sometimes I take it too far.
I don't know if it's a red flag or if it's an ick, because a man might not like think that's a red flag, but they might get icked by it.
Yeah, that's true. You guys can tell me in the comments if you don't like to be bullied. But then again, if you don't like to be bullied, like, don't talk to me. Sorry. Oh my god. I'm trying to be nicer. Okay, but here's the thing about that red. I'm not a mean girl. I'm a girl's girl, but when it comes to men, I'm a mean girl. But yeah, I think my red flag is the aggressiveness. But I don't like the word aggressiveness because people might take it like the wrong way. It's like
it's not
bullying.
like that. Yeah, it's just
teasing.
Yeah. Now you have to say red flag for men.
For men. Also, about the red flag for me, really quickly.
Okay.
I have 3 brothers.
Okay. Yeah.
I have 3 brothers, and bullying is my love language.
Fair enough.
I just, if we can't have a sarcastic banter, I don't, like, the way to my heart is to make me laugh. And if you insult me, I'll laugh. Okay, but don't insult me too hard because I am a little
Then
sensitive.
she'll cry.
I'll cry. But, like, it's just the banter back and forth, you know, like, what do you want? Like, I just like that. And that's why sometimes I can take it a little too far and be a little too mean. But anyway, that's beside the point. Okay, so a red flag in men. Yours was so good.
Can't drive.
Yeah, that's
well,
pretty
doesn't
good.
have the license.
Red flag. Oh, my food. Red flag in men. I'm trying to think of some. Honestly, when they ask for my Snapchat. If they ask for my Snapchat instead of like my Instagram or my number.
Yeah, like Snapchat. As a grown man now, like as
especially in our
adult man, if you are using Snapchat as your main form of communication,
it's telling me that
that's a red flag. That's a big red flag for sure.
Yeah, because if you have the opportunity to ask me for my number or to ask me for even my Instagram is better, but if you're asking for Snapchat, I instantly know you want something icky.
Yeah, like why
Snapchat? Why pictures?
Yeah. Like, what are you going to ask me for later?
Yeah,
you know
it's just a red flag. And
an ick?
What is an ick about you?
An ick
girthy
about
burps.
No. I don't know. I think that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, actually.
I wouldn't find that icky.
I'm not going to lie. Every time.
But it might be icky.
It might be icky to some people, but every time you do it, I sit there in amazement.
Pretty impressed.
I said, wow, this girl I've been saying girthy. I've been saying them girthy because I was going to say that's a deep burp, but no, it's girthy because there's something behind it. It's given, like, I don't know. There's just like
wind it up.
Wait, hold on. Let me carefully move. My brother told me not to play with the mics, and my brother told me to hold the mics a certain way, and my brother just told me all these things about the mics after our podcast. He didn't say he liked the podcast.
I'm holding it.
He didn't tell me he liked the podcast. He didn't tell me we're funny. He said, stop playing with your mics. Do this, do this, do this. And I was like, thanks for the tips, buddy. And now I'm about to wind it up because I'm also mad that he didn't even like mention anything about the podcast.
But he cared enough to let us know what to do.
My brother's love language is giving me unsolicited advice. Wind it up. That wasn't even a good one. Hold on. I'm scared I'm gonna like hit the mic. So here's a good one.
I wonder what that sounds like right now.
I bet it's like
Anyways, okay, an ick for me. An ick of mine. I don't know.
I feel like perfect.
Okay, I'm not perfect. I definitely have.
She's icks. Perfect to me.
I definitely have like an ick. Like I probably ick someone for something.
I can't think of what an ick for you would be. We should ask your brother. He'd give you 5.
Okay, but Jake's just like mean.
My brother would also give me 5. It's just the brother thing to do. I have 3 brothers. That's 15.
Okay, me and Maya took a quick break to find out what an ick of mine is.
Because we can. I'm not saying
I'm not saying like I'm all bad or anything, but like, you know, I'm not like a dirty girl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I can drive. So Maya's making fun of me for my squishmallows, and she said that you might be.
I wasn't making fun of you. I have stuffies, but I feel like maybe a guy, like, because we're grown women, like.
Why do you have stuffed animals?
Yeah, like, I don't know. Maybe that could be an ick. I don't know. Can someone tell us?
Like what are some of like your icks? And then like I'll say if we
apply,
that.
yeah, like if it applies to us.
Yeah.
Did you say a man ick?
No, an ick that a man does, like that's something that a man does that icks me.
I think I
have a list.
No, I was like, and also if you think of a specific person who gave you the ick, I can guarantee you'll think of some, because if I think of a specific person,
like,
then I can think of a couple icks.
Yeah, because he's an icky boy.
Yeah.
Okay, like I like a goofy man, but like sometimes like when they're stupid goofy, like they're unintentionally goofy because they're honestly and genuinely just stupid.
So stupid is an ick.
That's not like stupid. Like I would never call anyone stupid, but like if you're saying some really out of pocket stuff, and I'm like, I gotta go.
Yeah. Also an ick when they start ranting about like politics. But like I can talk politics sometimes.
Me and Maya were talking politics today, kind of.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
I was just asking her what's going on because I didn't know what was going on.
And I gave her a history lesson and a little bit of a current events, happenings, whatever. But
she's so smart.
But no, I just feel like, you know, when guys get super passionate and they get like so angry and they're talking about politics and it gets really uncomfortable because you're like, wow, I don't think I could ever like talk politics with you because I'm scared you're gonna.
I don't talk politics at all because I never know what's going on. Yeah.
Like, I don't like when people talk politics and it makes the room uncomfy. My family tends to do that. There's always, my family's always talking politics, and everyone in the room who isn't like my brother's girlfriend and me, like sometimes I get into it, but I try not to because it's a lot of energy, but I just, sometimes I just sit there and in my head, and I'm spinning Valerie. In my head, I'm on my phone, just vibing. I think tonight when they talk politics, I was like in the mirror, like, dancing, doing nothing.
Oh, you know what's an ick?
What?
When a man doesn't have like style.
If you can't dress, and also like even if you don't have, if you can dress in a style that I'm not like used to seeing, but it still looks good, I don't care. I'm not looking for a certain style. Like I'm not looking for a trendy. I'm not looking for chic. I'm not looking for streetwear. I just mean like if you know how to put together a good outfit, no matter what the aesthetic is.
Yeah.
But if you're wearing like those track pants with the freaking stripe down the side, you know the loose ones that like the fleece ones that like kids wear in elementary school during the winter, you know the ones? Yeah. Or if your pants are too short for you, like they're not tailored, like you grew out of them. That's an ick for me. That's a major ick for me.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that, and you were like, "Oh, I don't like it when their pants are like this."
Like, you know, when you're in if you went to a school with a uniform. And you get your uniform, or your mom forgets to buy you a new uniform at the beginning of the year, and you go to school and you've grown a couple inches, and your uniform pants are looking like a little bit like capri pants. Ick. And people outside of uniform wear do that. They wear pants that are too short for them. And I look at them on the street, and I'm thinking about the kids who didn't get new uniforms because that's all I can think about, and I just hate it. And I'm so sorry if you do this, but please just get longer pants. It's not worth it. You can buy a new pair of pants. You don't need to hold on to those pair of pants. You've outgrown them. Please buy a new pair of pants. You have outgrown them. That's an ick for me. Not the dogs for free. Are they in the camera?
They're not in the camera. My feet are hot. I'm hot right now. Are you not hot?
I'm a little bit hot, but I feel pretty comfortable.
Should I strip for the camera? I'm joking.
I'm joking. It's not that kind of show.
Okay.
I think an ick for me that people might not like is my asthma.
Oh.
My asthma.
Maya's always coughing.
Not always. I've been pretty good. Today has been a pretty good day.
Yeah.
But I have asthma, and I also have like seasonal allergies. And when my seasonal allergies are happening, it makes my throat really dry, especially at nighttime, and then I cough in the morning. So maybe like someone would be icked out by like me coughing from my asthma. But like also that's mean because like it's a medical condition.
Oh, my eczema.
Oh
my god. Okay, I only have eczema on my hands. And it's crusty, dusty. They're actually fine right now.
They look good.
Much better. Like I've been putting my cream on them and stuff. But like one time we were out together, Maya, our other friend, and me, we're all out, and like this guy came up to us and he shakes our hands, and of course he shakes my hand first. He goes, "Got some dry hands." I said, "I have eczema." I'm like, "Why are you yelling at me? Don't make fun of me." That might be a little icky.
Yeah, someone might not like that. But like again, when you tell them it's eczema, it's different.
When, like anytime I'd ever go with me and my hands were like not it, I was like, "Don't make fun of me. I have eczema." I'm like, I'll cry.
And I start coughing. And I always go, "I promise I'm not sick. I have asthma." And it's not. Oh my god, I almost coughed. Just thinking about it. It's definitely mental. Stop wiggling your toes. That's Nick right now. You know I don't. Oh, I don't like feet.
I don't like feet either.
Feet really.
Funky feet.
Feet really. No, just in general. Even yours right now are kind of grossing me out, girl.
Stop.
Not because they're icky, but because I just don't like feet. Like, I'm not crazy. Like,
you had the dogs out today, and I said nothing.
Yeah, but that's because they're my own feet.
Okay.
And my feet are pretty. I have pretty feet. My feet are very slender. I could make a killing.
You don't like my feet?
No, your feet are great, but the way you're wiggling your toes made me a little uncomfortable. Don't do it. But no, I feel like I don't like feet.
You know what's Nick? People that clap after the plane lands.
That is so annoying. If people do that when we go to Nashville, I'm gonna cry. We're gonna start recording and posting that in our Nashville vlog.
For sure.
Because, I mean, we're going to Nashville. There's gonna be a lot of
white people.
No, I wasn't gonna say it.
It's a white person thing.
Yeah.
I'm not a racist, I promise.
Well, you were white.
Yeah, exactly. So I can
do
say
you clap?
That. No.
Okay, good. Have you seen when people clap at the movie theater?
Oh my god.
That's wild. That's only happened, I think, one time where I was, like, to me, but I was shook it.
You know what? I've noticed a lot of people clap, like, during Marvel movies, like, at the end.
Oh, yeah. Which is, like,
I get it, but, like, no. They're not here. Who are you congratulating? The screen?
Yeah,
the guy behind the guy.
The superheroes aren't even real. Yes, they won the battle, but doesn't matter.
No, like literally,
New York. New York is okay.
Anyways,
okay. Dating fails. So Janice is going to talk about dating fails, and then after, I'm going to talk about horror stories of a newly single girl in her mid-20s.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so dating fails. Like I went on this date with this guy one time, and like we went out for like food, like not even like food, like just like apps and drinks. My gum is pissing me off.
I was gonna say you're kind of chewing with your mouth open. It's distracting me.
Like they're gonna see me chomping the whole time.
I say look at those chompers.
No, but last time we were talking for so long, my mouth got so dry, and I felt like I was gonna cough and die.
I know. I feel like we need some water on the side or something.
I have water.
Oh, I had my Monster last time.
Did you want
not
some?
Sponsored?
Did you want some water?
Yes, please. I'm sorry.
How many times did I have to ask you that?
Also, I feel like I just thought of an ick of fun. I know we moved on, but I just thought of one. I always have to be funny. Like, I always have to make a joke. I can't be, like, I can be serious, but I can't be serious. Like, I'll literally, like, I always make a joke. When people laugh, when I say something, even when I'm not trying to be funny and I say something, people laugh, that is the best feeling in the world for me. So I always have to be funny. So if you don't want a funny girl, don't talk to me. Because I'm hilarious.
So anyways, back to what I was saying. So, I went out for, like, apps and drinks with this guy, and then, like, we were hanging out after, and then, like, we were, like, just talking, and, like, he all of a sudden got really weird, and I was like, hey, like, I don't want to be here anymore.
When was this?
A long time ago.
Oh.
Like, I don't think I've ever even told you about that.
Oh my gosh, exciting new information.
Well, no, but
like, Janice story.
No, because, like, I only ever went out with him once. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay. And then, like, he wanted to go back to his place, and I was like, I want to go home. I was like, I
immediately wanted to go back to his place?
Not immediately, but, like, I mean,
like, after first date?
Yeah, I know. I was
That's
like,
kind of icky.
I was like, I'd rather go home. So,
like, if your intention, again, it depends on the intentions. Like, if you just want to watch a movie, have coffee, that's cute.
Yeah, but, like, again, like...
But, like, if you're trying to be icky, no thank you.
Yeah, so I literally was like, yeah, no thanks. I think I'm gonna go home instead. So, like, I was like, yeah, no.
Hooking up culture also is so scary right now.
I hate hookup culture now.
Like, I mean, again, newly single, like, so, like, I'm not 100%.
All anyone wants is that, and I'm like, ugh. I'm not saying, like, I need, like, a, like, serious relationship, but, like, consistency.
Yeah, like, if you,
know what
like,
I mean?
these, not that I know anything about it, but, like, if, like, thinking about it like a one and done really freaks me out. I mean, then again, just don't do it then. But like, which is like what my brain tells me. But again, not that I would know because again, I'm so freshly single. But like, just thinking about like the stories of her and TikToks I've seen, like it freaks me out that like someone like I don't know, guys can be so manipulative. I feel like guys say anything.
Men are trash.
I don't know. Honestly, it's just that I have anxiety being newly single. I just don't really know. Well, that's the part
You
that we're gonna
kind of
talk
just
about.
like have to like not let it bother you.
Yeah, but like I'm a certified.
No, but eventually,
I'm a lover at heart.
Eventually, it does it. Eventually, you'll get over it.
I know, but
Back to what I was saying.
Sorry. Go
just
ahead.
yapping.
Dating feels. Talk about the guy. I'm just yapping. I said I'm going with the flow. I said I have something to add. Sorry.
I can't even get a word out.
Okay, go.
Okay, my biggest dating fail was my I would classify it as a situationship.
100%, but it's also
you
you know how it's a hardcore fail because you're talking about it a year later.
Okay, it's over now. It's done and over with.
That's why it's crazy that you're still talking about it.
Well, it's part of the thing.
You know what?
Now I'm talking about
this
it.
Is a good
for
one.
a reason.
This is a good one.
Okay,
this is a good one. I'm sorry.
What did I say now?
You said he was a situationship.
Okay, I would classify it as a situationship. I don't know if he would, but I would. Like, if you're texting me every day, good morning, good night, asking me how my day is, and then hanging out with me once in a while throughout the week.
You know, I don't blame you, because hearing you say this, I would be heartbroken.
I was in love with this man. You do not understand.
Yeah.
Like,
you know what? I think he's what changed you, because you know how you just told me you'll get used to it, you'll get over it? He's what changed you, because he's the one that took you to be like...
Okay, I also won't lie. This was... What year was it? 2023?
Yeah.
No.
You started talking in 2022.
I started talking in like end of 2022 into 2023.
Yeah.
And I broke up with my ex-boyfriend in 2021. And I didn't fully feel over that relationship. Like, I was going on dates, I was doing whatever, you know, meeting new people, all that kind of stuff. But the first day I hung out with this man, I'm not even joking, I deleted every picture of me and like my ex-boyfriend off my phone. Everything I had of him like meant nothing to me anymore because I was so like
down bad.
I was.
This girl was down bad. I never.
So, anyways, besides the point, like I just like so to myself. I hope he never sees this. He's probably like, "What the?" Because
he probably won't.
He probably won't ever see it. And
let's be honest,
him and our friend are the only people that will know who like his actual name. So yeah, like because
if he everyone even is like self-aware enough to know that this is about him.
Yeah, because he's a fucking idiot.
I'm telling you, he's not gonna watch it though. Why would he watch
he wouldn't.
This? He's I'm not trying to hurt you. He's uninterested. He probably doesn't give two shits that we.
I know, but like we also like know a lot of mutual people. So like
if they tell him,
yeah.
But would they watch this?
But like a lot of people don't know I talk to him either. So I don't know.
Interesting.
So anyways, back to the point. Yeah. So like you know, I would like I said classify it as a situationship, all that kind of stuff, and then one day. He just like stopped talking to me.
Ghosted.
I'm not even joking. I cried. I cried about this many times.
And I think this was the first time that like we went from like really good friends to best friends because we went to the nail salon together and I didn't know how down bad she was. We went to the nail salon together. We were sitting beside each other getting our nails done. This girl was crying in the nail salon to me.
I just like, I don't know. Like, I had this idea of who I wanted him to be in my head. And then, like, when he wasn't that and started treating me this way, I was like, what did I do? Like, I felt like I was the problem. And then...
But it's never... And I felt that way with my long situationship since I was 14 and in between relationships, the one we were talking about earlier. Mm-hmm. That's what I mean is, like, your him was me and him, but, like, for a long time. And it's the same thing. It's like you blame yourself and you're like, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong?
No, but he literally, like, treated me like... Like, the way he treated me, like, I thought it was something more. You know what I mean? And, like...
That's how they get
I won't lie. And I won't lie, like, I've gone on dates with people, and I'm like, yeah, I could never see myself in a long-term relationship with this person. But, like, with him, like, I don't know why, but, like, my brain was like, this man. Something about him. But...
Mediocre, too, by the way. Like...
He was fine.
From an outside perspective.
He was fine.
Mediocre. She could do better.
I mean, yeah, but, like, that's not the point. Anyways, So it's been like over a year now. I'm over it. I'm happy.
She's over it, but she does bring it up. But I think you bring it up more for reference.
I bring it up more like, oh, like not because I'm like, oh, I miss him.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, this situation is so similar to me and this person.
Yes. Yes.
Not that there are
like I just like refer back to it.
Yeah. No, I think that's actually a really good one too, because it just is such a testament to what dating is like right now. Like, I feel like so many guys give you like girlfriend treatment, but then like and then
all of a sudden like no. But like again, like we talked for like 2-3 months. So like, well, actually maybe it was like 2. We talked for like 2 months.
We talked for a few, yeah, like
you know what I mean? Like it wasn't like we like had been talking for a week and then hung out after that. Like we talked for a good like while before we finally hung out, and then like we hung out here and there for a little bit, and then like all of a sudden like everything just stopped. And then you know what I mean?
Yeah, and this girl acted so out of character after that happened.
Oh yeah.
That's how I knew she
some of the things I did very icky. That's
cringe.
That's an ick.
Cringe, to be honest. Yeah. Even me being in my long-term relationship, not knowing how the single life was, and me thinking I'm like this lame old lady because I've been in a relationship, have no idea what's out there in the real world. Seeing her, who I think I always thought,
I would have done anything to get him back.
Like Janis is so cool. Janis is like, you know, men don't play her, she plays men. Her actions, I was like, girl, this is bad. Like, this is borderline.
Yeah, but
pathetic. Not in a mean way.
No. I
your
agree.
Actions were
I agree,
cringy.
100%.
But like, that's what got like that's just.
But like,
what
I was just so I was so attached to the idea of him.
Yeah. The potential.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I literally saw a TikTok about this, and it was saying about the potential that you see in him is not real. It's not him.
It's not. It's literally everything you've made up in your head.
Me, constantly. Because I'm a hopeless romantic. I romanticize everything. Men can manipulate shit out of me because, you know? Anyway, moving on. Horror stories. I don't have that many. Again, only been, like, single for, like, just over 2 months. Almost 3 months. I don't know. Anyway, beside the point. But I was unaware of the fact of all these new dating rules. I was in a relationship since I was 18. I am now turning 24.
Wild.
That is a very different stage of life. Even though it's not that long apart, it's a different stage of life. When you're 18, you're just entering, like, being an adult. You're, like, learning how to, like, be on your own, whatever.
Yeah.
Or, like, not be on your own, but, like, you're learning you're learning who you are as a person. And now, in my mid-20s, entering the dating world, I feel like I was sheltered. I feel like I was so sheltered being in a relationship, because now I'm coming out, and also even after COVID. I know the dating scene has really changed after COVID as well. But
I went on so many dates during COVID. Crazy. Like when restrictions were
okay, I was gonna say
not when we were under lockdown. Like when restrictions, when you could go to a restaurant.
Yeah,
again,
we'll go
you know what I mean?
That's different. But
or like when COVID was a thing, you know?
It's just crazy to me. Like, I come out of this long relationship. I learn you can't be too nice to guys, but you can't be mean to them either. Well, I mean, not that I would want to be mean. It's just the way I flirt. But it's so confusing. Like, it's so confusing. And then also I said to Janice, like, Snapchat. Like, is being single just random guys Snapchatting you their face but never saying anything to you? I don't even know your name. And you keep Snapchatting me your face?
Their names should be in their name.
But sometimes they have, like, a nickname. Yeah. And I think their name is their Snapchat name, but then it's not. And I'm, what? Like, what? Like, is being single just guys Snapchatting me their face but never saying anything
basically?
To me? I don't like it here. And then I heard
Too bad you're here.
I heard someone on TikTok say, you can't put all your eggs in one basket. What does that mean? I mean, like, I get what it means, but I'm in my mid-20s. Like, what if I want to be... I'm a romantic person. I love being in a relationship. What if I want to be in a relationship, but I can't put all my eggs in one basket? But if I want to be in a relationship with a person...
it's not that. It's just, like, don't get too attached at first.
And, like, have options.
Yeah, like, just have an option. Because if that one doesn't work out, then it's like...
okay, no, that's what I was saying to you earlier today. Yeah. I said, as a woman, it's so much easier for us to have options. So, like, I'll never let a man hurt me because I know that I could find another one.
Yeah.
Which is sad because
it's sad to say, like, I'll never let a man hurt me, but I just don't want to be hurt because I'm scared. It's scary. Like, these horror stories of being single. Are you joking? I'm almost 24. I'm so scared. No, I just mean, I'm not actually. It's just that.
And she's like, I'm so scared.
I'm so scared. I'm actually not that scared. It's just that it's overwhelming. These, like, the situationships, like,
not the situation.
like, these guys could give you girlfriend treatment, but you're not their girlfriend. That is so sad.
I
like,
know, and then like,
so
and then it's like you can't even feel a way about it after because you like they didn't owe you anything.
Exactly, and you can't be mad at you can't be
upset like because it's like, well, I didn't
but
say we were
like,
that.
I'm an emotionally driven person. I
know, like I literally cried. I literally cried so many times.
And I'm just thinking about the fact again, like, I get attached. I don't get overly, like, if a guy, like, I get attached in the way that, like, again, I romanticize things because I'm like, I'm just a hopeless romantic, to be honest. And I romanticize the moment a guy makes me laugh, and I mean, like, real laugh, not like the fake, like, you're so funny. Like,
oh my god, I think an ick of mine is my laugh.
I love your laugh.
A lot of people do, but I also think I have a really ugly laugh.
No, I love your laugh. Your laugh is adorable. What do you mean? Don't let her say that about herself. She has the best laugh ever.
I don't know if the dogs came out right there. They might have when I went to cross my legs.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna have to, like, put a blur screen. Not
Censored.
For free. Not for free.
If it is, can you try?
I'm gonna do my best. But also, yeah, I just feel as soon as a guy makes me laugh for real, I'm down bad.
That is so icky.
I know, but you know what? Not like that. If I know him, and, like, you know why I'm saying this.
That is not something to be down bad about, Maya.
I know, but, like, the thing is, I flirt by being funny.
Yeah.
And, like, if they match that energy, I'm not in love with them or anything, but I'm just like, wow, I like you.
I don't know.
Like, I have a big crush.
I like you.
I like you. I have a big crush on you now because you made me laugh. That's so bad.
Anyways.
Again, but this is what I mean, but that's not allowed. I'm not allowed to have a crush on these people. I can't admit that I have a crush on them because that's not allowed.
You got it, boss.
That's what I mean. That's the horror stories that I'm talking about, being newly single in my mid-20s. All these new rules that I didn't know anything about. In high school, you talk, and then you say, hey, I really like you. And then they really like you too, and then you're dating. And again, now we're adults. It's not that
easy anymore.
I know. Now we're adults. Hookup culture, dating culture, whatever. It's just overwhelming. Because I went from high school mentality. I was literally 18, fresh out of high school, for 5 years, and now I'm in mid-20s adult dating mentality, and it's a little overwhelming. I'm learning. Anyway, that's it for today. Yeah, our dating lives are obviously in shambles. Very much so. I don't know if you guys could tell by everything that we said tonight, but our dating lives are in shambles, and that's that. Goodbye. No, I was kidding.
I was gonna say, let's get a little more than that.
No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, we're gonna try and get our Spotify up. Yeah. Hopefully it's up by the time this video is posted. Yeah. But it's just we're having verification with our email problems because, anyway, that's technical difficulties. But yeah, this will be on YouTube. Again, follow our socials. They'll be linked in the bio. Like, comment, subscribe. Anything you want to add, Jan?
See you next time.
Okay, see you next time. Bye.
Bye.